the same fucking bird. I just want to have the best possible life for myself and the people that I love. I used to be a liberal. I used to be a full-on liberal when I was young and I didn't have as much money. And I'll admit to you guys, the second I started making some money for the sole reason of they have lower taxes and they seem to like money more, I was a Republican. I was like, hey, I'm a Republican now. And then I started making real money, like millions of dollars per year. So my network changed. And I talked to this guy. This guy's a multi-billionaire. And I asked him, I go, hey man, you have so much money. Why do you never donate to politics? Why do you never talk about it? Why do you never post about it? He goes, they're two wings of the same fucking bird, Reese. And if I can't change it, then you certainly can. And that shit stuck with me. Because this guy has billions of dollars and he's telling me that he can't change anything. And the other thing he told me was, he said, poor people love politics because when you talk about politics, you can have a whole excuse and a whole reason for why your life sucks. You can say, hey, that policy, that senator, that's why my life sucked. He goes, when you're forced to look at yourself, you have to be honest. You have to say, hey, this is my life. I have to fucking change it. So he told me that he has the mindset of the only person who can control his life is him. And he said that mindset got him to where he is. And he told me that if I ever change that mindset, I'll go broke. And I was like, damn, that's fucking true. Because when I started making money, I was thinking, I was like, oh, I need to donate now. And then I was talking to him. I was like, I don't even give a fuck. And now I don't give a fuck. Now I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I know that it's two wings of the same fucking bird. I just want to have the best possible life for myself and the people that I love. I used to be a liberal.
So here's why this is a problem, you guys. When you have and President Trump understood this very well. When you have the best of the best in your country, the richest, the most powerful, the people who know how to run a business, the people who know how to get things done efficiently and done well. They know how things run. They know about people. They know how people tick. They know how to employ people. When you have the best of your society checked out and not wanting to run for the powerful positions, then you have the people who are incapable, the Kamala Harris, the cackling Kamala Harrises and the Jasmine Crockett's of the world, then start to run your politics, to run your economy, run your government. And then they make policies that affect, yeah, it might not affect you because you're a billionaire, but it affects how you're able to relate to your children. It affects generations to come. It affects your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, it affects everybody. Yeah, it doesn't affect you. You're a billionaire, right? You can go and do wherever you please. And yeah, maybe some extra taxes, the policies that they may create, the extra taxes, it doesn't bother you because you're a billionaire, right? But how those funds are allocated never really goes to help the people to make things better. And so I hate these kinds of messages where you have the best of the best, the smartest and the brightest saying, you don't need to care about Republicans. You don't need to care about Democrats. They're two wings of the same bird. You need to just make as much money as you can and have the best possible life. That is why people don't like the Jews. The Jews, even though they do believe that you should make so much money and have the best possible life, they understand that you have to be in power to do that. You have to be controlling the car and the direction. And people always hating on the Jews because the Jews get it. But then you have white people saying, oh, well, it doesn't matter. I'm a billionaire. And then you wonder why your country is going down so fast. Like President Trump probably thought that way at one point in time. He was like, he probably is like, I don't want to do politics. I don't want to do politics. I'm making money. I have a good life. But I remember back in some of his other videos, he was saying our country is being ran by stupid people. And it was so true. These people haven't run anything. These people don't know how an organization works. They don't know how a government works. They don't understand employees and efficiencies and putting measures in place in order to allocate resources. They don't understand that. And then they oppress the very people that they're supposed to be helping. So I get annoyed when I hear all of these like people who who are very wealthy and are very smart saying, "Oh, well, I don't want to do politics." And then you leave the rest of us that need you. We need your expertise. We need your abilities to run things. The Bible, there's a scripture that says that when the righteous is in charge, the people rejoice. Like when you are righteous and you are good and you are just and you're in charge, it helps us. But then when the evil is in charge, the people mourn. Like, you guys get it. Y'all understand having babies and having kids, and y'all understand how the labor force works. Where these other people, they want to kill babies and they want to, to spit. They want the government to somehow be the largest employer, and the government doesn't create anything, and they hate private markets. They can't figure out how to do deals. They don't know how tariffs work. They don't know how to sit across the table from President Xi and have a conversation and say, "Hey, this is going on with your country and this is going on with my country." They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to squash beefs. They don't know how to go over and stand up and negotiate and say no and walk away from the table, and then you have to wait for the phone call. They don't know these types of things. And to see the best and the brightest of our country cower and then leave people like these foreigners to come in and gain control of our economy is just, I mean, it's inevitable. If you have the best and the brightest, the billionaire class saying, "Hey, F politics, forget it." This mindset is really poisoning you guys. It's really poisoning that the fact that our children don't want to be politicians. Our children don't want to run their government. It's scary. It's scary. So I understand what the young man is trying to encourage you to do, but I would encourage, like, men to stand up. Stand up. Be in be in charge, especially if you're a righteous man and you understand business. Like, we need you in places and positions of power. We need you to run our government. We need your smarts and your expertise and your ability to work with people and your ability to care about and and wanting to make our country prosperous, and your ability to make deals and make sure it's win-win for everybody. We need that. So please, 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 don't ever shy away from that. Don't ever shy away from that. If you have not already, men in charge, instead of all of y'all trying to be teachers, what is with this influx of male teachers? How about you start being leaders? How about you start being politicians? How about you standing up and running for office? When the righteous is in charge, the people rejoice. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Just my opinion, just my thoughts. And if you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button so you will get every single time that I'm live, which is typically on Sundays at 8 o'clock. And until next time, peace.